Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
Holy shit.
Good evening, fantasy football players. Welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Ladies and gentlemen, fantasy football anarchy shall commence. You want to know how I got these scars? Facing an opponent in fantasy football. And it was a bloody matchup where I only walk away winning for 2 by 0.2. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an action-packed show tonight. It's your boy, the Joker, Rumboyz Robbie. First, let's go ahead and get into our promos, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give a big shout out to Big Guy Fantasy Sports Network. Head on over to Big Guy Fantasy Sports Network. Check out the consistency guide over on Big Guy Fantasy Sports Network. You see down below, BigGuyFantasySports.com. Again, BigGuyFantasySports.com. Also, check us out on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know the vibe. Want to give a big shout out to Bob Long and the whole entire crew over there. Everybody dropping mad articles. The podcasts are fire. The tools are exciting to use. Been helping us cash out consistently. Get what I just did there. Big shouts to Big Guy Fantasy Sports Network. And then also, I want to shout our homies over at All 22. All 22 is for me, is for you. The very first full 53-man roster fantasy football format where you get to challenge a league of 10 to 12 of your closest friends and really figure out who is the fantasy football guru. It's like as if your Madden franchise mode came to real life. Promo code Rumboyz, as you see down below, take 40% off the subscription price. And then also, finally, I want to shout out our homies over at GLD. Still rocking the GLD, even if I am in costume. Rock your GLD, your favorite sports team, just like me. See, I got my Commanders chain on, Fire Ron Rivera. See, I got my Commanders chain on. We are actually doing I believe it's a 6-year anniversary sale happening over there on GLD, 50% off everything. That's right, 50% off everything. Link is also in the chat. It is in the description. I dropped it in there. Go ahead and feel free to copy and paste. And also, let me take y'all to the yacht, show off some of the products. Banana.
I bad in Miami when no land, I got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, or turn me up, you can't understand. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no one zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, girl, where you're not.
Welcome back, welcome back. As you already know what we got to do, we got to get into the cast and crew. A couple of guys are going to be here as the show continues to unfold. Just waiting on them to get their systems up and running. But ladies and gentlemen, first up, y'all know them. I know them. We got a long awaited. It's been way too long. First up, ladies and gentlemen, Saint Pat.
I'm here. Other people aren't. I'm here to save the day.
Thank you.
We sail on the ship.
We sail the ship and we ride tides high, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, also the biggest heel of the show. Give it up. You already know. TDS Taco.
So we got the Joker. We got Kingpin, and who am I gonna be? Like I don't know who I am. Like, you know what I mean? I'm Spider-Man. I'm Pete Parker. Pete
You
Parker,
knew that it
baby.
was
Pete
Halloween.
Parker.
You knew that it was Halloween. That's all I'm gonna say. That's
Listen,
all
man, I'm a dad. I got my son a costume. That's what I did.
You still dress
This
up
is
with
what we
a kid,
do.
bro. Don't be boring. What the fuck? Now you just sound like a boring dad.
Can we
Boring.
talk about how Taco's been a dad for a quick minute? I've got
18 months, baby.
I've got a 10-day-old, and I was still on time for this show.
Taco was on time. Taco's on time. He was backstage.
You almost got me this time. Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the notorious nerd. What is good?
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, so we got Captain America, we got Kingpin, we got Joker, and I'm Spider-Man, baby.
How are you, Spider-Man? You don't have
Just Miles
Give
Morales.
him about 3
Hell
minutes of vigorous shaking, and he will be Spider-Man.
Brad says, "What up? I'm 4-3. Most likely about to be 4-4. I'm facing someone who is projected to score 148. Projections don't matter. If I lose, so do I trade Jettis for Amon-Ra straight up? Yeah. I mean, I would.
I don't know. I'm gonna go back.
I would do it, but I
I'm
mean,
gonna go back.
hopefully Jettis comes back. In the time that you're waiting for Justin Jefferson to go back, you probably could have had Amon-Ra getting you the wins that you're missing out on by missing out on a Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Just fire him, please. Thomas, what is good? What is good? Thank you for joining the stream. Weeds, what's up? Albert, Taco is Ice Spice. Joker creeping on your wow.
If I'm Spice, then Robbie's a munch.
Ew, whoa.
Come on, that's the Ice Spice song. That's the Ice Spice song, right?
But that do you know what a munch is? Like,
yeah, I know. I'm fucking around.
Yeah, Major Paul.
I'm fucking around.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do, dilly. We got to de-Christian the set before we enjoy tonight's fantasy football discussions.
I love that Robbie wore the costume. I was not expecting that. It's a good one.
Neither was I.
The reason I'm late is because I was out getting my Halloween costume for tomorrow because my stuff from Amazon got lost. So,
that's crazy.
I got my costume from. I pulled a Macklemore and I went thrift shopping.
So do we.
Got the whole costume for under $10.
We went. So I got a $12. I got like a $12 blue vest, and we're going as Mario, female Luigi, Princess Peach, and then I'm gonna be Toad.
Nice. Yeah, no. All of this. Really quick, I want to shout out to all of the females out there that y'all like do your makeup and shit. I want to shout out to all the special effects movie directors, because I did not do this. A fucking 6-year-old did this because I was struggling a lot, like a lot. So it's a talent. It isn't art. That shit is difficult. And shout out to my niece, because
that's awesome.
I could have done this without you.
That's pretty cool.
Let's get into tonight's show sheet. Of course, we must begin with Thursday night football takeaways. Last night was a pretty interesting game from when you kind of take a look back and you just watch the film. If you were to remove scores and everything, you just watch the film. The tempo was weird. Baker was trying to do a lot to make plays. It felt like the offense wasn't putting him in position. It's really fucking weird. Receivers weren't getting open 99% of the fucking time. And if they did, it was always being tipped into their hands.
Mm-hmm.
First, we'll start on the Buffalo Bills. Actually, no, we're going to keep on the Baker side of things. Did the Bucs offense do enough to help Baker? Like, what is your take on that? I know what I saw. We'll start with you, Pat.
When it comes down to it,
thank you.
It feels like it's Baker versus the world out there for the Bucs. You got two All-Pro level wide receivers in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, who, when all things considered, aren't doing enough to get themselves open. And I don't know if that's coaching, I don't know if that's play calling, or if that's just not putting 100% into every single route. but when they get plays, they get plays. And all things considered, they were half a play away from winning that game last night.
Mm-hmm.
Hail Mary at the end. Baker had the chance, chucked it 60-plus yards, got into the end zone, hit the hands. That could have been game.
I agree.
And looking at Buffalo Bills having lost 3 of their last 4. This is a weak Buccaneers team who almost upset the Bills in primetime.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be sirens going off in Buffalo.
You're good, Brad. You're good. You're good with that.
Absolutely has to be sirens going off in Buffalo. They've got to figure something out because things aren't clicking enough to be a AFC contender, let alone a Super Bowl contender like they're supposed to be.
I mean, it's first off, like just from the standpoint of like the South, I don't see anyone from the South, from the NFC South making it into the Super Bowl. But last night, I feel like just kind of made you, even though it's one team out of that division playing, I feel like there's a case to be made that it represented the division as a whole. It really reflected the division as a whole.
The lack of the Buccaneers even being, or the Saints being able to separate themselves, is why Arthur Smith still seems relevant and still has a job.
This is true.
You're not super far out of it if you're allowing for you'd be what, 1 game back?
For the love of Sunday.
J-Bats.
What's going on, boys?
J-Bats made it.
Yo,
Man.
I love that Leafs mentioned big play dependent because that's really what it felt like. And it felt like Baker was making all the big plays. It was receivers dropping balls. It was receivers not getting open. Separation was 0 to none yesterday, if you will. Would you kind of agree with that there, Pat? Or yeah?
From what I saw, yes.
Okay. Taco, you're up there in upstate New York. You're not all the way up in upstate New York, I should say. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you get a little bit of buzz in your ear from the Buffalo side of things. What are your thoughts on the Buffalo Bills? Has faith been restored in the Buffalo Bills?
I think they really play to their competition too much. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were in control of most of this game, but they couldn't put that final or that killer blow when they were up 14. They just couldn't get that next drive to, go all the way down the field and make it a 2-score game and just kind of really give it that kiss of death. But I mean, I think that you see, Kincaid is looking like an interesting weapon. I think they're using Gabe Davis much better than they traditionally have, even though he had a couple of bad games. I think the way they used him last game, I mean, if you start using Gabe Davis like that, it's a whole different story. And then you still add in Diggs there. They're getting, good work out of Cook. I mean, I think they're just one of those teams that kind of need to they've been in the playoffs enough and not made it that they know these good regular seasons really don't mean anything at the end of the day. You got to get healthy and you got to get right for the playoffs and you got to get ready for the competition. Am I a little bit alarmed at how cavalierly they play? Yes. But I think all around, I think they're still showing enough that in the AFC, other than the Chiefs, I really don't know what team they can't beat. They can go out there and beat anybody. And other than the Chiefs, which I think, Pat Mahomes is just fucking another animal. Like, that man is just like...
What the fuck did you just say?
I said he's another animal. Like, he's
but
like...
It's just the way that you said it.
Yeah. Well.
Like, if you just remove everything else that sentence and all I heard was fucking animal, like...
Think about that.
Yeah, but that's my thought. Like, I still think they're at the end of the day going to be one of the top 3 to 4 teams in the AFC.
Okay. I'll say to the standpoint of if I feel whether or not the Bills are restored. Yeah, Daniel like phrasing, bro. Phrasing. I'll say to the point of the Bills, whether or not I feel like faith has been restored. I don't think last night's game definitely didn't restore faith. Stephon Diggs was third in receptions through pretty much almost like the fourth quarter. And I believe he ended the game dead last in pretty much overall receiving stats. It was the Gabe Davis and Khalil Shakur show. Dalton Kincaid, I was wrong about that one. Kincaid had a very nice outing last night. I don't think that the defense was seriously blanketing Diggs to the point where he deserved to be dead last in practically every single receiving stat. So with that being said, I don't know if faith has been restored. I feel like once we get into the playoffs, Buffalo is going to Buffalo it. Brad, I do like that roster. I think I kind of signaled you that. Daniel, happy Friday. And then from the land down under the beard, what's up, Dan? Blue Jays, which side of a Kelsey for Eckler trade would you want to be on? 0.5 PPR. The Kelsey side, because the Chargers, the Chargers aren't charging right now. Let's see here, Notorious.
Mm-hmm.
You and Jay Bats will kind of get to tag team this topic. Kinky, it is Halloween after all. So feel free to Eiffel Tower this topic. What?
Hold on, I'm not drunk. I'm
gonna take a drink after that. With that being said and stated, what team or how far can an NFC South team make it in the playoffs? And give me what team do you think comes out of the NFC South following last night's game? Everyone thought it was looking like it could have been the Bucs, but it's like Bucs and there's Falcons and like we're still middle of the season, so like Carolina can. I'll let y'all have it.
I don't think it's the Bucs, even after they beat my team week 1 in Minnesota at home. Baker looked scary good in that game. It seemed kind of strange that Baker looked scary good week 1, and then you watched this Thursday night game, right? And I'm gonna kind of counter argue what St. Pat was saying about it's Baker. Like it always seems like it's Baker against the world. He did not play good last night at all. I didn't know. I mean, there's a couple lucky big plays. We watched the whole game, and I thought, oh, it's a great catch by the receiver. I never thought that was like a great throw, I guess, during the entire game. And a lot of them were getting batted left and right. And tipped. And I felt like the balls are being thrown kind of low or too high or too far to the left or right. Like it just seemed like he was off last night. And if that type of play keeps up through the rest of the season, I don't think the Bucs can survive that. So if I had to say an NFC South team to move forward, I'd probably go with the Saints. And as much as I hate to say that, I'd probably go with the Saints.
At least the tag team, eh? The two-man.
and I have to take the alley-oop and agree. I think the Saints are really the only team coming out of that division that I would trust to figure it out and make any sort of run or push in the playoffs. Like I like Atlanta and Desmond Ridder. The past couple of weeks look better. Weapons are probably the best in the division. Defense looks solid, but I don't trust that come, December.
Yeah.
And the only person I really do, and he looks like crap lately, is Derek Carr, but he's still throwing the ball a ton. They're still trying. They seem a little off pace, but out of any team that could figure it out both on offense and defense and figure it out in the playoffs, it would be the Saints. Other than that, all these teams, I don't know why they're all fighting for better draft picks. They're all kind of on the edge of the inevitable. It's like you got to figure it out one way or the other, or you're going to be like what's happening over in the Tennessee Titans. And like, you're going to get to that point at some point where you're like, all right, we got to now we have to rip everything apart. And so it stinks. And so I feel like all four of these teams are in a similar situation where the Falcons honestly have done a pretty good job with their rebuild. I thought Carolina did too, but Bryce Young doesn't look spectacular, and so now you have question marks there. It's just, I don't know. It's an interesting division. And overall, I guess the Saints would be the ones I would have to bet on figuring it out.
Really quick for itty bitty South City, and I'm gonna kind of hop on you guys' take with this one while I get into character. I should have brought a pencil and like grab like one of my niece's dolls and like did like the pencil trick on it. Oh, God. Here we go. I got these scars here. Just a thought process of a futures bet of the NFC South. I had taken the Atlanta Falcons, just thinking that it was going to be anarchy.
I mean, that's not a terrible. That's a good play, man.
The Joker must agree. I think that the Saints and Chris Olave is going to put up about 15 plus fantasy points this weekend. He's going to be an unstoppable force of your wide receiver 2 slot, ladies and gentlemen. I am taking the New Orleans Saints to come out of the NFC South moving forward for the rest of the season.
Oh my God. Well done.
Yeah. Kudos.
That was just
kudos
as
right
good as
into
Baker Mayfield.
right into content. I love it. I think that Chris Olave is a superstar. They can figure it out. Michael Thomas has been healthy and solid. They could. They absolutely could.
Kamara's getting going too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they have their dump off valve. I think the question mark is Derek Carr and just gelling with the other options. But health wise, I think over the past couple of weeks he's proven that I think he can throw the ball downfield and he's healthy again. And now it's like, okay, let me get on the same page with my weapons and my receivers.
I hate to say it, but I feel like it's the right thing to say. Where like if the Saints get things turned around. Like it kind of solely right now in this position of the season really relies on if Derek Carr can get his crap figured out or not. Yeah. Like, because it's going to start with him because the talent, the other pieces are there. Is he going to be able to figure it out and make it work?
Imagine this though. Imagine if Arthur Smith figures it out. Now we're looking at the most talented team fucking actually getting their weapons in places.
On paper, that team is so talented.
I just
that
feel like
offense
seen
should
Derek
put
Carr
up
do this before.
Points.
Like when he was in Oakland,
they have the
this.
lowest amount of points in their division. Meanwhile, they have some of the best talent.
Adono.
Thank you.
Thank you, good sir. Cheers.
It is. Cheers.
Oh, Robbie, yeah, set us up here.
Yo, I was warned to not get too into character.
I didn't know I was on 1, 2, 3 movies.
I know. I love this comment right here. I didn't know I was on 1, 2, 3 movies pirating site. I was warned to actually not like
get your prostate checked, by the way, if you're making that reference.
1, 2, 3 movies.
Because
new information.
Like we know Robbie, like this isn't even a costume for me. Like in all honesty, this is like my natural self. Like the costume, the costume was just fitting because it's like, oh, like be the Joker. Oh, well, so then just be Robbie, except like go a little bit harder. I have been warned to not get too into character. I plan on actually.
So you're Robbie with Viagra? A little bit hard.
Whoa. This is for the dono hype. This is just for the dono. You guys know the deal. If you don't know, we take shots.
We get hype.
Yeah, we get hype. I'm gonna fuck around and go Super Saiyan tonight if we get more donos. Somebody call Batman so I can fuck him up
with a peach tea in there.
Huh?
Is that after Viagra that you're gonna fuck
rum
up
and my peach tea?
You know, Taco, I'm not as old as you, so I actually don't need Viagra. But if you need a Bluetooth subscription, I have a social media friend who has a promo code and I can hook you up. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I think you said it's probably going on. So I mean, this is what I'm expecting here.
She's dead.
Okay, so that kind of wraps up our Thursday night takeaways. Really quick for you two down there at the bottom, is take a sip if your faith has been restored in the Buffalo Bills.
Oh no!
Chill until the next topic.
I mean, I never lost faith.
I never had faith.
I
never had faith. And what? I mean, I don't know.
I didn't sip because I felt like they just started slow again. Like it just offensively.
Did they start slow in the Jim Kelly era? Like
I mean, yeah.
Again.
I feel like it's been every game this season that it takes them a while to get going.
You know what's crazy though? In the AFC, obviously they have one game over everyone else, but they're one of two teams that have 200 points. I mean, obviously the Dolphins are leading the league.
That is true. I mean, the fact that they're getting some business done in the second half is huge. I did take away a positive on the Bills side. A couple actually was
Josh Allen didn't throw any picks last night.
True. What I was going to get at was actually how they were, before it was already said, was that Gabe Davis was being used better throughout the game. I was impressed by that. And I was also impressed with how well James Cook was running the ball throughout the game. He's had games where it was kind of like, oh, well, he's doing all right. But like last night, he was taking it. He was taking the rock and running 5-6 yards a carry, which was like, that looks good. You know, like I felt like there was some good things going on in that game. Given the slow start, again, they looked good, I thought.
I'm gonna be honest. Maybe this is like the fact of like I've been watching football as soon as I came out of my mother's womb. The Bills are going to build. Buffalo is going to Buffalo. Buffalo puts together really great rosters. They get close. They're always like right in the thick of things. It's never a team that like you're like, oh well, they just fucking suck. You know, sorry, but you guys are constantly. The Bills aren't the whole movie of 8 Mile because like, you know, obviously be like Bunny Rabbit gets like dope at the end. But like, you know, that part like in the beginning where like he's on stage and he fucking chokes and like he's choking. That's the Buffalo Bills. Nobody take my damn meme. I'm gonna make that a meme when they choke in the fucking playoffs. And if you do it, I'm coming for you. I'm suing. I'm fucking suing.
I'll say this though: the Bills have one thing going for them that a lot of people are forgetting. Von Miller is just coming back from his ACL.
He looked good last night.
You didn't have him last year in the playoffs. Come playoffs this year, I expect him to be a monster. And that's a difference maker in the playoffs that could really wreck some fucking games. And that's, I think, the wild card that you really have for this Bills team that you're not seeing yet in full force.
I don't think that the NFL script writers have that written in. I think that is constantly written in. Bills get bounced. I think that's just written. They don't even have a round in there. They don't even have a round in there. They just like wrote like Bills get bounced.
Could you imagine the ketchup and mustard showers if they beat the fucking Chiefs? It'd be nothing but Heinz. Oh my God.
They're not. Listen. If the Bills make it to the Super Bowl, they don't have to win it. If the Bills make it to the Super Bowl, buy stocks on fucking folding tables right now.
Bro, it'd be hilarious though. Like the tailgate
tables, the stock on Black & Decker is gonna go way the fuck up.
The city would be on fire.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they'd be eating wings. All day as they come through tables.
Was not financial advice. That was only comedy. Do not take that and run with that.
Buy stocks.
Don't buy stocks in Rubbermaid tables. Don't
exactly.
Don't. Not smart.
Somebody's gonna do that and be like, Robbie said, and I fucking lose my job as a financial advisor. Which wouldn't be the end of it because I think it's let's get into the next topic. Trade deadline is how many broken tables, bro? That's just going to be in like the thousands, like the millions.
Yeah,
like the amount of hospital bills and like chiropractor bills that are going to be going out from the city of Buffalo. Like this is probably the best time to become a chiropractor if you live in the city of Buffalo. because you're gonna make big, bro.
How'd you hurt your back? You know what I did.
Celebrate, man.
You know what I did.
You understand.
The doctor walks into the
You
office. He's
know
holding his
how
shit
I
too. He's
heard
like,
it.
I already know what happened here.
I did it too. I get it.
The chiropractor walked into the chiropractor's
Challenge
office.
jersey on. It's like, I get it.
You got a belly flop. You don't slam. You got a belly flop. You don't go sideways. You go. Let's get to the next topic. Trade deadline is next week. Who is a big name player that you expect to see moved, and where does he go? Jay Bass, we start with you. I have some players that I am going to talk about as well because I have some close.
I get to go first, so I get the pick of the litter. I don't even have to look it up. So I would think, honestly, I talked about it briefly. The Tennessee Titans, to me, are just hovering over the reset button. So in my opinion, I think that you could easily see Derrick Henry moved. I don't know why you would keep him at this point. He is only good for this year, maybe a touch of next year. So you might as well put him on a team where he's going to be similar to Lenny Fournette in the twilight of his career, where he's just going to be an absolute monster when you need it and dominate. Put him behind a solid O-line, have him win, and score well. The two teams to me that I think make the most sense, the Buffalo Bills, I don't think need him. I mean, I think obviously he's a luxury. He's a super luxury. He'd be great in Buffalo, but I don't know if they can afford it and B, really need him. I think there's enough weapons. If they can't figure it out with the weapons they got, I get that he would be a huge upgrade over Lat Murray, but James Cook is really your rusher. And then you would need someone to just kind of, lay the law down a little. I think, honestly, this is going to sound crazy. I said it in the offseason too. Go trade for James Cook's brother, Dalvin. Like, go have the Cook brothers and have them just run wild. I think that makes more sense. Cool. I think that makes way more sense than going to get Derrick Henry. So, but I do think Derrick Henry moves. That being said, the two teams that make sense to me, if the Ravens keep it up, the Ravens could absolutely make a pass and trade for him. And I think Miami is obviously going to be in the hunt. I know that Devon Achane comes back, and I understand that, but it's still Achane and Derrick Henry for the next 15 games. You get him for the rest of this year and then the start of next year until Derrick Henry kind of fades away. I think that's an unbelievable combination. That's an unbelievable combination. Now, I get that Raheem Mostert's been playing really well. I get that Jeff Wilson's still kind of there, but you're not really financially tied to these players. And it's the team made chances at Jonathan Taylor in the offseason. They clearly wanted to address that position. And you're getting a Pro Bowl caliber guy that's looking for a place to move. And I think Miami's a great spot. And for him, again, you think about it, this is another dumb one, but I think about it a lot of times financially. You move to Florida, you have a lot less state income tax. You're older in your career. Every penny counts. You're like,
you win with the taxes.
Give me this money, man. Like, I'm moving to Florida. You see it a lot in pro sports. Guys get later in their career. They're like, Florida's pretty nice. It's one step into retirement, and I save 30% of my paycheck. So I think there's a real chance he ends up there. And I also think the dark horse to me is the Ravens. I think the Ravens could land Derrick Henry, and if they keep this offense kind of running, I know they're making it work with Gus Edwards and Justice Hill and all these pieces, but that to me is really where they're missing, because it would unlock a lot of things for Lamar Jackson as well. If there is a legitimate superstar in that backfield, I think they're missing it with J.K. Dobbins, which sucks. Yep. But he's now 2 knee injuries. I mean, you can't really, bet on him anymore. If you're a franchise, you're like, he's a luxury if he comes back. So yeah, we'll take Derrick Henry for now and try and find a guy in this year's draft and figure it out. Hey,
really quick, shout out to the chat. 10 motherfucking likes, and we've only been on here for like 30 minutes. Like,
awesome. Let's go. Run those numbers up.
I got one thing. I did hear that the Cowboys are actually making a little bit of noise, which I heard that today on the radio, and I was like, my stomach, because we had talked about it slightly, but I was like, Pollard, no. Oh, I was like, this season gets worse.
Is Pollard a free agent next year? I genuinely don't know. I don't
know if they gave him a new contract or not.
I don't know either. I'm just thinking about that now.
I think originally he was said to be a free agent,
And then they
and I
extended
don't
him.
know if he got an extension.
Yeah, I think
or
they
anything.
did. I actually, now that you
I
say
think
that,
they
because I remember when we were talking about contract money early in the season, he got an early extension, and we were like, "Oh, all these like Josh Jacobs can't get money, but we're giving Tony Pollard money." I remember that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Really quick, kind of going into the Derrick Henry talk there, because like this was really like a big kind of like a big Derrick Henry talk. There are some other players on it that I'm going to throw out there. I know Lee's brought up Brian Burns, brought up Jeremy Chin.
I got
Jeremy
one.
Chin's a
I'm
good
gonna
one.
be-
That's a
I'm gonna be
great one.
fucking
Yeah,
honest.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, shout out to every single person that is a source, and like we've been
1 year, 10 million. Sorry, so he is a free agent next year.
Especially all the sources that like for some reason have been like, hey, like I see what you're doing on YouTube, like they've like kind of like been reaching out and shit. With the Derrick Henry thing and just the Dallas Cowboys thing, two different sources, both very close with the team, very, 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 very close with the Dallas Cowboys. 1 second. Both very, very close with the Dallas Cowboys. One side saying defense is what Dallas is looking at, and they're trying to make a move for Patrick Surtain. Surtain originally was being utilized in trade talks with Philadelphia, but then Philadelphia ended up going Beinert, of course, which we're all aware. We discussed a little bit, touched on that last week on last week's episode. So then, so we're looking at Patrick Surtain on the defensive side of things. On the offensive side of things, though, I'm having another source tell me that they want to pursue Derrick Henry. To John's point, I would think that the best landing spot for King Henry is in that Baltimore Ravens offense. It is with Lamar, who is putting up a potential MVP season right now. Odell Key is constantly up and down, hurt or not. So being able to have a guy in that backfield, along with a la Justice Hill or a Gus Edwards, to kind of be that 1-2 punch, where you're not dealing, and for Derrick Henry's sake, not having to deal with I mean, there's
Hey-o.
I have you.
He's flattered.
Fuck up, Matt. Fuck up, Mike. But no, with Derrick Henry, and the I feel like it's a better fit in Baltimore. Zay Flowers needs help. That's the piece that I feel that really sets this team over the edge. And now, from a defensive coordinator standpoint, I'm worried about Lamar running. I'm worried about Derrick Henry running. I'm worried about Zay Flowers being utilized in jet sweeps.
Yeah.
The amount of things that I have.
And by the way, you have Mark Andrews too. Good luck. Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Exactly.
Good luck.
I see if Derrick Henry ends up in Baltimore, I see a lot of crossing patterns across the middle. Jessica, we should be Harley Quinn. Chat, Lee brings up a good point. We should. I'm already the Joker. Just saying. But no, I think I see a lot of cross the field crossing patterns with the speed of Flowers, with Mark Andrews, both of them very, very sturdy hands. I foresee a lot of, like I mentioned with the jet sweep patterns, a lot of power I formations. This offense and with Todd Monken running it, and it's starting to look like a Monken offense. Fellas, I think that's the best landing spot. I'm hoping that it works out that way. As for how I mentioned the Patrick Surtain thing, I can't really just let that go unnoticed. I think that the best landing spot is Dallas.
That would be crazy. Because then next year you get Diggs back. So then you have Surtain and Diggs next year, and Micah Parsons. I mean, your defense is silly. Your defense is silly.
John, I love that we've worked together for so many years, because that was just the chemistry right there.
Like, dude.
Notorious Nerd, and then we'll go to Taco.
So if I had to pick anybody, that's probably I guess I would like to see get traded at this point after seeing what they did this season. I'd like to see Zach Moss get traded somewhere that needs a running back.
That's a good call.
because you obviously the contract situations before the season, and then Zach Moss comes in, does his thing, looks great, still looks great even when Jonathan Taylor comes back, the last 2 weeks. But then obviously, I don't like the signing like mid-season or the contract mid-season. I feel like it's kind of a slap in the face to Zach Moss on how well he was playing.
Mhm.
I think this isn't you can compare it to two situations, right? Like this isn't a Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison situation where like we thought Matty was going to be the number one when Dalvin left, because clearly that's not working out. I feel like Zach Moss has proven, hey, I can do this too. I can be a number one. And I just don't think it's fair for Zach Moss to have to stay on the Colts after this 4-year contract with JT. And then going full swing JT, which is what they're going to do going forward on the season. They're going to keep working that percentage of snaps up for JT, and I just think that Zach Moss deserves to go somewhere that needs him.
What worries me about that is one, Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay is the type of owner, like he wakes up in the morning, takes like a shot, does a couple of nose beers, and it's like, now what crazy shit can I fucking do today?
Yeah,
like he's Hunter S. Thompson, bro. Like for real. Like if you ever looked up Hunter S. Thompson's like daily schedule, that's what I picture Jim Irsay as an
it's
NFL.
nonsense.
Doesn't Jim Irsay give you Hunter?
Yeah, he
S.
could get
Thompson
by
vibes?
with it. Yeah, he could do it. It's dude. Good luck if you want to try it one day. It's out of control. He like wakes up, has a glass of scotch.
Yeah. That was Riz. Like damn.
Yeah.
Like
We about to have the next Kay Adams and Shams.
Yeah. I agree. It's so funny. It's so funny. Avenger. I was thinking he is, to me, this offseason, the one who earned the most money this offseason, like for sure. So it makes sense that he'd get traded now, but I thought he was just gonna ride the year out. I'm cool. Like he seems to me like one of those guys who's like, I'm cool. Like I get it. Like you just signed your big guy. I'll wait because I know I'm going to hit the free agent market and get a payday. Like I know I'm just going to hit the street.
With the Zach Moss situation, I think that Zach Moss stays in Indy. I think that Indy is looking at this and it's like, oh well, Gardner Minshew, maybe you go out there, you win us a couple of games, maybe we battle for a wild card spot.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm Zach Moss, I'm probably not really wanting to go anywhere because this is the most successful usage that he's had for himself.
That's
but
true.
Also,
that's very true. I do like what you're saying. Yeah.
But then also there are things that are being put together. He's still young. This team is fairly young. The future is kind of bright despite your owner being a fucking maniac. Yeah. One of the things that just drives me crazy about just the whole situation is like, bro, you use your $1 million jet to save a fucking whale, but chose to pay your running back not until like week 4 or 5.
The whole thing didn't make sense to me. Like the more you followed it, you're like
has $1 billion guitar collection. I'm telling you, the dude is Hunter S. Thompson.
Like it's frustrating enough to see how undervalued the running back market really has been this last year, and I just feel like it's a disrespect to the position of running back in general, because these guys, most first and second down, when they don't pass, they're getting banged up every play. I mean, like, why aren't you paying these guys? Like, I mean, the wide receivers go out and get hit, but also the running backs get smashed sometimes. And I just feel like it was really criminal what was going on and still is going on.
I'll say this about running backs. My coach, like, I have all the respect for running backs. When I was in high school, my coach put me in at running back for a whole game because ours was injured.
Yep.
Fuck that. That's all I'm gonna say. Gator, what is good, Gator? He said, I'm about to hit the Vanilla Ice and Tone Low concert. That man is down there.
That's crazy. That's a crazy concert. So this is the thing I will say that's going on with running backs is Zach Moss is a perfect example of the problem. Is you can just find a guy for $1 million to go out there and do a great job. Like, that's true. Why am I going to pay somebody $15 million a year when I can have a platoon of 3 guys that are just as effective for $5 million.
And I agree with that, Bats, because I mean, even as a Vikings fan, I knew it was time to let Dalvin Cook go. I mean, he was kind of like a shell of himself the last 2 seasons. I mean, he had 5 breakout plays last year, and all these Vikings fans, like, I take pride in when we podcast, like, I take pride in being a very realistic Vikings fan about the situations going on with our team, and I always felt that like it was very close to Dalvin's time to go somewhere else because he wasn't doing the production or giving the production that he used to be able to give. He was getting hurt a lot more, like stepping out of games, coming back in, stepping back out. Like, I was ready. I was like, okay, as much as I love Dalvin as a player, it's time. And that didn't mean I was like, oh, it's time for Madison. Like, but I just kind of, I guess I feel for Zach Moss in this situation. I know he's probably happy regardless, but it's just like, I guess what I was getting at was I can't figure out why it took so long to pay
your
JT.
take makes sense. Your take makes sense because of the whole JT signing. So I'm not saying that. I'm just,
No, I know what you're saying. I just I can't figure out why it took Irsay so long to be like, all right, let's pay JT. It's like,
you want to know why?
Like this could have been
you
handled.
really have to fucking ask yourself that question.
Irsay finally had the leverage, and then he paid JT. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
He had the leverage.
You're winning.
Like,
you're winning right now.
It's like he had the leverage, and he's like, nah.
Yeah, he's like,
here you go.
He's
like,
I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Here's
You're winning
your
this hand. You're winning this hand right now. Why are you folding? It's so crazy.
Irsay was the dealer at a blackjack table, and he threw the cards away. He's like, you can.
Man.
In the words of one of my favorite comedians of all time, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
cocaine's one hell of a drug.
Seriously.
And I know I'm making a joke, but like there's like little reports of like Irsay like consistently being fucked up.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
Consistently.
For sure.
Like players have walked into his office and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
right.
And like, yeah, like we've all heard the pattern.
But ultimately, I guess we're getting to the point that like the NFL is moving away from paying running backs. You need to be able to pay your wide receiver. You need to be able to pay your quarterback. After that,
tight ends.
And tight ends, yeah. After that,
that's crazy.
I'll start paying. That. Like, think about it. You have to pay offensive line. How important is an offensive line? How important is wide receivers? Like, eventually, you have to think of it as a business. So I don't get mad at an owner who can say, "Yeah, I can pay Zach Moss $1 million to come in and be one of the better backs in the league." Yep. Why am I going to tie up all my resources in you?
Taco,
I get that.
Give me a trade deadline prospect that you're hoping or you're waiting to see who gets traded, who lands on a different team.
So, Robbie,
we're going to get to the next topic.
I think one thing about me, is I'm consistent and I don't move off shit. So, you know what I want? I want Jerry Jeudy to be traded somewhere.
Yeah,
I love that call. That's a great take.
Bro, I want him to go to the Chiefs. Because I want nice things to happen to me. That's what I want.
The Broncos aren't going to do that. That's not going to happen.
And you want to know something?
This new Broncos regime is not about that interdivision line. I like to take, with the exception of the personalities of the parties involved, that won't allow that to happen. So, do you have something?
Bet Online currently has the Chiefs as the number 1 favored landing spot.
I think
they want you to spend your money. You didn't just use
ideal landing spot for Jerry Jeudy, and I think it could happen if they really wanted to, would probably be the Bears. Pair him up with
that's not that bad actually.
Well, Treat. He started off so good. Taco went click, and he just fuck that team.
You said looking for and hope. You gave me both in your sentence, so I gave you both in mine. I think it's fair.
That is fair. Listen, it makes sense. It's one of those ones, and I do this to myself all the time. I'll think a trade up in my head, and I'm like, "Oh, that makes perfect sense." And then I go, "Oh, they're in the division.
Maybe
they won't do that."
The Nets and the 76ers did it.
It wasn't, like the Walton.
The Nets and the 76ers didn't trade, bro.
If it wasn't for like the Walton family turning over, power to Peyton and then Russell, and like with those guys, like kind of like being like the main players in that, but practically playing GM together, that you really think Sean Payton's gonna let some shit like that happen? Sean Payton ain't about that life, bro. Sean Payton's not about that life.
But to Taco's point,
Get some picks.
But to Taco's point, if you are objectively just looking at your team and making a trade, who gives a shit who you're trading them to? Who cares? Trade them to whoever. You're not trying to win right now. You're clearly trying to win in the future. So trade them away. Who cares?
They have the best offer. It's the best offer.
Right. I understand that theory. I do understand that conceect. So it is stupid that we let the division get in the way more often.
This would give the like, here's the thing: the Chiefs, who are trying to push for being a dynasty. They're not a dynasty yet. They're one ring away from being a dynasty.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started, baby.
I won't say what Taco is saying is unrealistic though, because look what happened last year in the NFC North between the Vikings and the Lions for TJ. No one expected that. I'm not gonna say it's like a 1% chance that it could happen. But that's what it is, like, because that's what.
But look at the offer. But look at how that offer was done up, though. Too, that offer favored.
Yeah, it's a rare thing in pro sports, but it is objectively stupid that it's a rare thing in pro sports.
Right,
and it's a really, really dumb move. Those are two. I know the Broncos aren't winning games necessarily right now, but those are two franchises that aren't they're. We're not going to see them do business with.
But Judy on the move makes total sense.
Yeah,
it makes total sense.
I like Judy going to. I don't think that Judy lands with a contender. I don't think that Judy deserves to go to a contender. I think that any team, and from what I've been hearing, is that teams are apprehensive after the whole Steve Smith thing, because what I said after that happened here on this exact show, he didn't show maturity. He didn't show that he can handle criticism well, and that hurt his ability to be able to move off the team.
See, I love that me and Robbie talked about this off stream one night. Actually, we talked about Jerry Jeudy, where I actually have been in the same point of agreement for the last couple of years with Jerry Jeudy, because, and I've seen this with my team. This is what I told Robbie. When the Vikings drafted Laquan Treadwell, he was supposed to be the guy, the number one. Did that pan out? No.
No.
What did we do? We gave up on it. We made him a number 3 or number 4 wide receiver. Now he's gone, and they went after Justin Jefferson and they went after Jordan Addison. Like, you move on because you don't see growth. Like, Jerry Jeudy hasn't grown, and I don't know if that's on him or the offense, but we will know if Jerry Jeudy can grow or not if he gets traded somewhere. We will know, because he'll go to a team and he'll either do the same exact thing and not produce it at the level he's supposed to, or was expected to, I should say, or he's going to blow up. There's no in between. Like, he's not going to be like, oh, he's okay. Like, he's going to either be just
I think that he's going to dud out. I think that he's going to dud out. I think that he's going to dud out.
You know, what's one other interesting spot to me? And, I mean, it's probably a little far-fetched, but when you think about it, they probably need it.
You're making the take, so of course it's fucking far-fetched.
Cowboys.
Ooh.
I thought about this, actually.
Cowboys actually makes sense.
I can see that.
Cowboys makes sense. He would be an unbelievable number 2 against with CeeDee.
Because they need a little bit more juice for the playoffs.
Oh, dude, he would be an unbelievable number 2.
That is fire. Yes. Hell yes. Hell yes. Yes, a million fucking times over. Yes. Damn that. Hey.
Yeah,
Riz.
Wow. To Nerd's point, the unspoken thing that you talk to any scout in the NHL, any scout that I've ever talked with, the one thing that pro sports never really discusses and never really talks about sometimes is early development. Like, if you don't figure it out early on, like it's rare that you figure it out.
Like, are you going to?
Like, it's rare you figure it out at 27. Like if you didn't figure it out early in your career, you're probably not going to figure it out later on in your career. And so Jerry Jeudy is at that point right now where it's getting close. Like, if you don't figure it out now, dude, like, when are you going to figure it out? Like, Corey Davis, perfect example. If you don't figure it out, when are you going to figure out how to be a number 1? You're okay. You're just a number 3. That's fine. But I don't have to, build around that. You're just a number 3. Eventually people develop to who they are. And because they're highly touted in a draft, that's fine. Maybe that's their ceiling. Maybe they're not. Maybe there is no development, and Jerry Jeudy is just a great number 2, number 3. Okay, that's fine. But Broncos, stop trying to build around that. Stop trying to build around that
he's
guy.
Not a 1.
Right.
No,
stop trying to build around that. He's a good development. Like
if anything,
Cowboys is perfect.
If anything, Denver moves some of the pieces in the wide receiver core. They keep Surtain, but I think that there's also a possibility that they send Surtain and Jeudy. At least that's what I've been
I didn't even think of that, dude. If they swung both,
and then
Cowboys.
I
might be back on the Cowgirls if they swing both. I'll tell you what, I might be hook, line, and sinker back on the Cowgirls.
No, I don't think they'll send both. They won't send both to the same team. They'll definitely end up in different situations because of what it would cost for one team to give up to get both. Excuse me, but yeah, got to know when you might play for the Sharks next season. Oh my gosh, he's a 1 on the Sharks.
Nah, you wild.
Call me Willie. Really,
You
man. Call me Willie.
You wild.
Willie Bean, man.
That's messed up.
You wild.
You gotta hit the fucking Teenum with that. They call me Willie.
That's brutal.
Willie Bean, man. I laughed too hard. And I just got a bunch of makeup all over my hand from laughing. Damn it. We're still good. We are live on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network.
That was funny.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. It's the one and only YouTube channel with complete NFL anarchy. I do that way too well.
You do.
Really quick, this one we do have on the second half of the show. We have a fantasy football rankum that we're going to get into. We got some divisional predictions, and we're also going to break down fantasy football best bets. But before we get into the second half, y'all my brothers, y'all want to take a shot really quick? And
hell yeah,
this topic is super interesting. Because we're all old enough to remember a team once upon a time down in Houston.
Gilla? Oh no! Oh, that's your own decanter. Oh
Yeah,
my god, dude! Stop it,
Bro, it's a
That's
Christmas gift.
sick.
My friend got this
That's
for me.
so cool.
That's lit.
Oh fuck,
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
lit. He's been at that.
I appreciate a good decanter. That's one of my favorites I've ever seen.
I opened my
That's
gift.
sick.
I was like, "Are you serious?" Like,
That is so dope.
Oh, you opened up your gift, fucking dick got hard. You're like,
I thought that was like
okay,
the
baby,
label
get
of a
upstairs. Get
tequila
upstairs right
brand. I'm
now.
like, oh, and then it dawned on me. I'm like, oh no, that's the shield.
Hey, y'all know how we do on this show. Everyone in the chat, everyone at home, if you are watching, I know we got viewers here in America. We got viewers up in Canada. We got
that's good
viewers in
stuff.
Australia.
Yeah.
Big shout out to
Oh,
every
it's
single
Rumboyz,
one
you
boy
know?
and girl out there. Y'all know how we do here on this YouTube channel. Y'all know how we do on this podcast. Y'all know how we do on this show. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls want to do. Dilly.
1792 out the bottle. Is that kind of night, I guess.
Hold up. I had to stand up at that motherfucker.
Yeah, that one got daddy sideways.
I got orange. I got the orange peel Jack Daniels.
John,
I don't got
it's
anything fancy
so
right now.
hilarious when you call yourself daddy now. Because
I know. I've been doing it a lot lately.
Are
It's fun.
you actually going
Yes.
as Mario or Luigi bats?
No, I'm not. So the story behind the mustache, I'll give it to you. I recently found out I'm going to be a father, and my dad had a mustache when thank you. So my dad had a mustache when I was born, and I said, listen, I got to do it. Like, I got to grow a mustache, have a mustache. So I'm probably going to have a mustache for, when my baby's born, take a couple pictures.
It
and then
looks good.
I'll zip it off. I don't mind it. It's funny now that I have it. I'm like, I get why he did it. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, the dad stash, bro.
It is a dad stash. I ordered my New Balances. They're on the way. And, I'm getting there. I'm gonna start tucking my t-shirts into my shorts. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I bought my Home Depot my Home Depot debit card. I'm ready. Dog, I want nothing but dad life.
This motherfucker switched out his handgun for a shotgun now.
Yeah,
Doesn't even do target practice, does skeet shooting.
I don't do none of that rah-rah shit. I'm a dad now. I'm good. I'm chilling.
Bro, So funny thing about that before I read this next topic, and we're gonna make this next topic pretty quick so we can make halftime appropriate. We can make it within our 2-hour deadline. Funny thing, so JB texted me, and like I was like, at least from like the industry standpoint, like I was the first person in the whole NFL industry to fucking know.
Yeah,
like I think I might have been the first person, even like one of the top 5. I was top 5, right?
You were top 5. Yeah, it was yeah.
It was like your parents. You told me about, like
my parents, and it was the weekend I was home with my buddies. Yep.
Yeah, bro, and like fucking, I had already known. Yeah. And like I had gotten a text, like I had called him, like I cried on the fucking phone call. I'm like, all right, like my brother's about to be a father. Like we're good. This motherfucker shows up on
the show,
bro, and we were on stream. We're not even 5 minutes into starting the show, and dog, as an uncle, I broke the fuck down.
Yeah, that was my bad. I did it. Even as I did it, I went, oh man, I just ruined it.
I just ruined it. No, bro,
I have goddaughters, so I understand it. It's there's nothing. You mean you're honest?
It's a beautiful feeling. I want to get into this next topic really quick. We can make this one pretty quick. It's not necessarily anything that y'all need to have your pen and pads out. This isn't affecting your fantasy lineups. This isn't affecting gambling, unless you need to know how many times the Titans have won in the Oilers uniforms. Okay, JJ Watt, one of our favorite defensive players of recent generations, made headlines this week in regards to who is the rightful city owner to the Oilers uniforms. Let's remember, Houston, it was originally the Houston Oilers, which Warren Moon played for.
Yep.
You know. Then Houston moved to Tennessee underneath the same ownership. But then Houston got back the Texans in the year 2000. JJ feels that fuck the ownership. The city of Houston should have the Oilers uniforms. It should have those throwbacks, and maybe should even still kind of be the Houston Texan Oilers kind of thing. Excuse me. Whereas Tennessee, we already know, hey, Memphis, don't show up at my fucking door. All right. I know y'all crazy out there in Memphis now. I know y'all be really running and gunning. Y'all be really trapping out there now. Memphis, let me be on this tape. But Memphis feels that they are now the rightful owners, and they should stay the rightful owners of the Oilers uniforms. Taco, you start this one off. We all grew up watching. We all remember the Oilers, bro. Like, I remember Warren Moon, Tecmo Bowl.
Bro, it's like the spirit of the law versus the letter of the law. Like, the spirit of the law is, it should stay with the city. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the Houston Oilers. That's not the Tennessee Oilers. Although, technically speaking, because it is the history of that particular team, it's kind of like saying, like, you're going to take my history now and make it your own. Like, how does that divorce necessarily work? Like, you know what I mean? It's like...
No one got that joke? Wow. That was good. You're going to take my history? Is that America?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That totally went over. I have to slow down and actually...
Obviously went over.
That's pretty accurate. That's exactly what the fuck's happening. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? One of those things, like... Technically speaking, you can't really take a name that I own unless I give it to you.
Right.
But technically speaking, it's the cities, right? Because like it's the Houston Oilers. So I think it's very, very dicey. And the good thing would be for the team to just give it back to Houston. And then it's kind of like washed of everything. But I mean, let's face it, those jerseys, you know, just the Oilers and all that kind of shit sells. But I mean, at a certain point in time, you know, maybe they make a cash offer and say, "Hey, here's this much money, so we can get the Oilers back and call it a day."
I don't like it. I agree. I'm in agreement with you guys. I don't like it at all. I think that the name should be staying in Houston, and it definitely should be theirs because, like, I saw those uniforms and I was like, that just doesn't.
I want one.
Like
I
why?
want
I was
one.
like, why? Those are so clean. Like how? Like why are the Titans wearing that? Like I didn't like that. It didn't sit right with me. I guess if it makes sense, like the frustration level is kind of like for me when like Disney and Marvel was trying to buy all their stuff back, and Sony's still over here making like shit movies that don't include Spider-Man, and you're like why not just sell it back? Because like then they could and work with them, like I know they're doing like the contract negotiation with the Spider-Man alone, but like they're making their own thing. It's like it just doesn't like just sell it, just be over with it, because eventually Disney's just gonna buy you, like and, you know, like you just let it go. Like you're gonna, it's a losing fight. So I hope that it is a losing fight in that situation. I hope that Houston can get the name back, because it doesn't look right on the Titans.
Really quick, Jessica, I want to know what you were excited about, boo. I want to know what you were excited about. Movember time. Yes, I will be releasing the Movember.
Sony's been great with the video games.
I am releasing the Movember on the 31st, which is a Tuesday. So Tuesdays we'll have our Movember announcements. Get your damn donations ready. Like, I know y'all motherfuckers just got paid. Don't play with me. We donating to men's mental health. All right. Men's mental health matters.
Yep.
All right. Movember. I'm growing it all the way out. Like I'm growing everything out. I'm growing this out. I'm growing the beard out. I'm growing the stash out.
Whoa.
By the end of November, I'm gonna look like a fucking woolly mammoth.
Would you guess that I would you guess that I cut 5 inches off my hair like a month ago?
5 inches? Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it just was always
At least
back.
that's what my wife tells me.
That shit is over.
You don't get set up for that joke often, man. You gotta take advantage.
I would.
So no, but seriously, that's kind of crazy. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, it's very difficult for me to like touch my face right now. Like I want to like itch my nose and shit so bad. I have so much respect for the acting community right now. Heath Ledger, RIP. You're a legend for this costume, and that's actually kind of like one of the big inspirations. And I could never. I figured out wearing the makeup that I could never act in a movie.
So I'll be quick. I think the name, jersey, all that belongs to Houston. It's Houston's name. It's Houston City. It's Houston's team. Keep it in Houston. And I will give it with one stat. Tennessee is the 27th ranked state for crude oil sales. So do you think you deserve to be called the Oilers?
No.
Hell no. Because there's 26 other states that are fucking better than you at selling oil. So figure it out.
Right here.
Figure it out, Tennessee. Figure it out. That's my opinion. Good luck wearing those jerseys. I hope you get pumped. I hope you get pumped.
We see Oilers jerseys
in
North Dakota, and like not minor league, like little league hockey teams literally use the Oilers in North Dakota. Like, and they probably do a better job of promoting oil than
way better.
Like,
way better. I guarantee if I look up North Dakota, it's higher than 26.
It's oil
country. I guarantee
baby.
that. Let's go.
We just had to make
think about that while you're sitting there on Sunday eating your nachos. Think about how you're like middle of the pack at selling oil, and you're the Oilers today. Good luck with that.
Feel bad about yourself.
Yeah, think about that. You're average. You're a C student at whatever your team is cheering on that day. Good luck.
Don't even know what oil is.
Good luck with Will Levis.
WB come to the yo for real, bro.
Sorry, that was some straight shots of Tennessee.
Yo, wow.
Yeah, I just beat up on Tennessee. Yeah. Have fun with mayo and coffee, guy.
We need after this. We need to make a meme of like where there's like the guy getting the shit beat out of him and the person watching, and it's just like us, just like
this motherfucker there. Oh, I'm gonna keep it
beating up
trill.
on the state of Tennessee for their crude oil sales.
I'm gonna keep it trill.
The show's ridiculous.
Now that John brings up like the whole like oil thing, look, Houston has like there are whole families. I was stationed in San Antonio, which is on the other side of fucking Texas, but we would like go over to Houston, like we party and get fucked up all the time, right? Oil money's a real thing, especially in Texas. I feel like that the Texans should make a good case, a good debate as to why they should get the jerseys, because like at the end of the day, a copyright's a copyright. Like we've seen Robbie, we've seen me beef with motherfuckers that try and take the Rumboyz name. Like people have tried to take pieces of the logo, or like people will just try and like, well, I'm Rumboyz this, but I'm not.
I saw Robbie punch Captain Morgan right in the mouth, straight up about rum. It was fucking crazy.
He kicked Jack Daniels in the motherfucking nuts.
Jack Sparrow don't got shit on Robbie, dude.
Exactly. No, hey, that's facts. That's facts. Little piece of Rumboyz trivia. Jack Sparrow was our very first logo when like we first started, because Robbie didn't have an official logo. So I just
I'm interviewing rookies getting ready for their pro day with some Jack Sparrow logo on.
Disney would have bought you, Robbie. If you
Yeah. Meanwhile, Michael Eisner's pissed. His ass is tight watching you on YouTube.
Bro, this makeup is so gonna run because I'm laughing fucking tears during this podcast. Oh God! Never heard a dude say that unless they're a screamo band artist.
I know. Yeah. Wait. What?
Shout out to Sleeping with Sirens.
2000 Forever.
Yeah. Oh, bro. I'm light skinned, but I'm English.
My life in two pieces.
This is my last resort. Suffocation. No, I'm sorry. All right, we're gonna get into halftime. Let's play a couple of music videos. I need to go. I need to go smoke a blind. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Let me chug the rest of this really quick. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. I kept the music original because Lee said he liked Texas Forever. So we gonna play that joint. Here's Can Do. My homie Blake G out of DMV. Y'all know we only play original music. If y'all know any artists that want their music featured, DM me. Send me their shit. We'll put them on. We'll show them some love. We may even have them spin our halftime Super Bowl show if they really that nice. Let's go.
They try to tell me what I can, what I can't do. Looking at them like I don't understand you. You never really know what life's gonna hand you. So I'ma do anything that I get the chance to. I keep it cooking like the pots and the pans do. Trying to make a few bops you can dance to. I be tight up on that ass like a pantsuit. I just wanna go this hot and cute. Mic check like 1 and 2. My check's like, whoa, damn dude. My skill just grows, bamboo. You thought I drove, man flew. Bet I got weed, that's a grand zoo. You know I brought the team and the fam too. Pull up on the scene, it's a dance zoo. I put a beat on and jam like I can't shoot. Can do anything you want, I can do. Nothing that I can't prove. Anything you want, I can do. Can do. They try to tell me what it is not. While they're living in the system getting pissed off. Cause I'm doing something that they only dreamed of. Elon and my shuttle that'll lift off. I'm just trying to stay in shape like tip top. I don't have time to waste like TikTok. Y'all going OD with a shit talk. While I'm going overseas to the Vistas. Pre-game to the party getting kicked off. Shorty hanging by my side like a wristwatch. Told her that I'm up next, just watch. Another call from my ex, get blocked. Trying to see the whole globe taking pit stops. This kind of tour doesn't end up in the gift shop. My flow open up doors like a pig lock. Now you want a bandwagon for a quick spot? No can do. Anything you want, I can do. Nothing that I can't prove. Anything you want, I can do. Can do. I'm so done listening. Y'all feeding me lines like fishermen. I just don't get give a shit. I've been spitting rhymes 8 years and I started off strong, so I might as well finish it. I've been spreading light like filaments, words turn to life like images. Mind's eye open up the infinite, I'm never giving in. Might choke you up like a mouthful of cinnamon. If you ever knew everything I've been through, it was OTD, never singing the blues. Every penny that I put in, I know I'm a recoup. I've been building up the movement, let me rally the troops. Man, I always had it in me, I just needed the proof. All the love that I've been getting got me seeing the truth. Just a little bit of time and it's absolute. If you really want to make it off an attitude, then it's can do. Anything you want, I can do. Nothing that I can't prove. Anything you want, I can do. Can do, can do. Anything you want, I can do. Nothing that I can't prove. Anything you want, I can do. Can do, can do.
Hop out in Miami when I'm landing, got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, or turn me up, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Shots to your D for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no one zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, go where you're not.
First street swinging, swerving. Man, this bad as gone as I'll ever be. My nigga Tevin told me keep on talking that shit to these niggas that's scared of me. So I'm going track after track, put my town on my back, tryna prove I'm that nigga. Scratch that, only half black, but I'm still twice a nigga that these niggas could ever be. No one ahead of me. I'm Texas forever, my nigga, like 936 247 365. Pull up off the whip, rim still in drive. All my niggas back in Duggan Tall Timbers, love that. 6th Street shorty still down for me ever since I was a young nigga pushing hubcaps, yeah. I'm Texas forever. That's 281-330-800. Still tipping like it's still 2004. Young nigga from the north side, but I'm used to repping. Still keep it so south side, like I'm Lil Kiki back in 97. Boy, they treat me like a legend. That's north side shit, south side shit, yeah. West side nigga, east side bitch, man. Look, third coast Wody, everybody know me, yeah. All in a day, and when this come on, I bet all of them say I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. No one do it better, tell me who doing it better, my nigga. Cause I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. 2nd Street banging, burning. Man, this bad as blowed as I'll ever be. Young nigga cooking like Harden, might fuck up the recipe. Fuck you expect from me. Back from the H like I left some. These days, all I worry about is my girl and my check coming. Fuck nigga think this a charity, give me some clarity. East side shorty, west side nigga, south side story, get the bigger picture, yeah. Back then, hoes didn't want me like Mike said, they wasn't fucking with you. Mixtape later, I can feel Toyota full of hella hoes just tryna fuck a nigga, yeah. I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. Had to trade in the Chevy, the Lexus look better, my nigga. Casio gang, you can tell by my wrist and my necklace, my nigga. Just a kid from the H, they fuck with me heavy as precious, my nigga. That's north side shit, south side shit, yeah. West side nigga, east side bitch, man. Third coast Wody, everybody know me, yeah. I did it all in a day. When this come on, I bet all of them say I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. Don't no one do it better, tell me who doing it better, my nigga. Cause we Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. Casio gang, y'all my niggas forever, my nigga. Look, shout out to Soli, you my nigga forever, my nigga. Shout out to Boogie and Casey, y'all my niggas forever, my nigga. Shout to Quaker, Devin, y'all my niggas, my nigga. Shout out 11301, y'all my niggas forever, my niggas. Shout out my mama, you my mama forever, my nigga. Shout out my niggas, y'all my niggas forever, my nigga. Yeah, I'm Texas forever. these structures make me anxious. Look, I'm just tryna fuck you, not them hoes you came with. Pull up on 6, so loud and banging. Yeah, Texas forever, still twisting my fingers. Texas forever, you speaking my language. Look, all in a day, about to fuck up a Wednesday. Out in the field, tryna score me a deal. Put my name by that X like I'm Kimbe. I do it all for my team, just a young nigga covered in green like I'm Dende. We ain't no fucking compadres, comprende. Clutch city, crush city, whatever you call it. I stay with my friends, stay hands in, never hand out. Look, I had to go get it, my nigga. Everybody say I'm the man now. Wrist moving in and out the kitchen, my nigga might pull up on 6 in the whip, whipping it. I'm just a young nigga getting it. All I had was the pot I was pissing in. Now everybody want pieces, percentages. I'm just trying to get my niggas over. I did the work that these niggas want. All this money, cash, cars, clothes, hoes. Coming in fast, but I'm sipping slow. Cause it's Texas forever. You already know. It's Floyd out that nigga.
What is good, gang? Ayo, we are back on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Yo, Jay Bats, I saw you fucking. This man's on his phone, and he's sitting here like rapping and shit.
Bro, I'm telling you, these halftime musics are getting better and better. When I first started coming on Rumboyz After Dark, let me tell you what halftime was like. Halftime was terrible. Halftime sucked. You were on halftime, like, I guess I'll go to the bathroom. Like, I guess I'll grab some chips. Like, now halftime, I'm chilling with the gang. I'm like, yeah, it's at halftime. Like, bro, I feel like it's Super Bowl, and I'm walking out of the locker room, like, hanging out with the crew, like, watching halftime. It's the best.
I feel like we were just sitting here, just both just like,
yeah, you got it.
You that's all. Mike was like, oh fuck, like, hold on, this is not Taylor Swift.
Right now. It's better than some of. I remember some pretty. I remember the early days of Rumboyz. I'll just say that to the fan base, and I appreciate the come up. But the new halftime show is much better than the old one. Go watch Super Bowl 4 halftime. It's not as much fun.
No, hey. It's like I said, it's gotten better and better
every time. That's like the thing.
Said,
every Friday, a little better. Just get a little better every Friday. Hey, no big deal. Just hang on.
So y'all may or may not know this. Okay, I'm gonna do a shot for this. Hang on, let me send this message real quick.
Robbie, did you get the artist that I sent you?
Resend it. Just resend it. Just to make sure, because Monday night we're week 9.
Well, I don't know him. It was a while ago I sent it to you, but I was just like, oh, Robbie would like this guy. Like, he's good,
bro. Like just like I said, just drop it to me, and I can reach out to the artist, and I can get
I'm sure. I mean, he reached out to a guy on YouTube trying to just like use his beat. So I mean, he might be wanting to.
Yeah, like I can reach out. Like I said, I'll reach out to them. Like I can reach out to their agent or whoever. It's weird. Like I remember a point in time where and what I'm about to say next for like this next toast like really makes a lot of sense for what I'm about to say. I remember a point in time where like I was dealing with artists directly, or like I was dealing with athletes directly, or like I couldn't even get like a source to like message me back or anything like that. And it's so crazy now where it's like sources will talk to me. I obviously for per etiquette, per media etiquette for what we do, I can't name sources and shit, but like it's so crazy to think it's like, oh fuck, like damn, like I just got a message from so and so who's an insider. It's like I can message whoever at any time now. Oh shit, like I don't have to now go directly to the player. Like I now have like their agent. It's weird. It's like you dream about like the shit that we're doing, like in you tell yourself like, yeah, like it's gonna happen, like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna get there, like and then
you're there.
It's we are and leading into the toast. Y'all don't get this. You guys get to see like everything on stream. My God, this man said bro has chicks and sources on his plane. I have one. I have one. I on his phone. Oh my gosh, on my phone. I want to get it.
I pack them in like sardines.
Mike, I just got that link. I'll check that out.
Check out Toto.
But no, like this has, for what I'm about to say, from like a social media standpoint, is super hard to fucking do. I know motherfuckers that are not even monetized on one platform. We just have TikTok left to accomplish. We're monetized on
that's the easy one. You guys are just slacking on the easy one.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, yeah.
I mean, anyone can figure TikTok out. What are we talking about?
Like, but then on top of that, we're monetized on just every single platform, like I said, except for TikTok. And we can, and we know our power as a crew, like we can change that. But most importantly, boys, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. This has been our most profitable month as social media influencers, baby. Suck my dick, anyone who doubted me.
That's the you just do the Macarena on them. You just start.
It's a fancy
Hey, Macarena.
Hey, it's a fancy Joker.
Hi.
Paycheck. Macarena. It's more offensive.
I brought you your lives. You said that I couldn't do, and guess what the Joker did? I fucking did it.
Losing it.
I might be slightly deranged. Let's get into the next topic. If you're trying to see if I'm trying to say what up, no, I'm not yelling ski. That was close to ski. I hate Sexy Red. She's not a rapper. She's not a rapper.
Nah, you ain't shit.
Yeah, she is not a rapper, bro. Like, no. Drake, if Drake, if you really hit that, bro, I'm never listening to your music again. If it ever comes out official that you really hit that, I'm never listening to your music again.
You don't mean that.
Yeah, you really don't mean it.
I agree with both of you. I agree with both of you.
First of all,
hey yo, I agree with both of you. First of all, you're not even
less, motherfucker. I'm listening a little bit less.
Yeah,
you're not even listening.
I'll be listening to it real soft in the car. All right,
I'm gonna take a break and then I'm gonna come back in 2 days.
Yeah,
bro. I can't lie. Every time I hear that shit, I cringe.
I know.
Drake in general.
Drake is Sexy Red, bro.
Oh, Sexy Red, you cringe for sure.
Yeah, you cringe
oh
for
my
sure.
God.
Yo, hey, there are junkies in Southeast DC that look exactly like her. It's like, baby girl, you got $1 million.
You trying to sell me a CD for $5? No, I'm good. I'll see you later.
Bro.
I'll see you.
It's you know what? You listening to Sexy Red is someone coming up to you and being like, "Yeah, I smoke, bro. I love those Reggies, bro. That should be getting me fucking lit, bro. Like I like it when I see the seeds and stems. That shit is like a fucking like mystery box. It's like Cracker Jack. I'm getting a prize. Like that's what it's like if you fucking think Sexy Red is good.
Hey, it's the people that take like when they get Reggie, they take the seeds out of it and they try and replant it.
Yeah, like I like to leave an occasional seed in there because it's a little pop. You never know.
You smoke, you're like, what the fuck was that? Let's get into some fantasy football rankings, but we're going deep flex. And we're talking about my favorite position. All of y'all that are dads, calm your fucking horses. All right. I know I said the word position. Y'all are like, yeah.
How deep?
I'm just pulling my notebook out. You guys ask me questions about players. I'm pulling my notebook out. You're asking me about positions. I got to flip to a chapter. Okay. Take it easy.
Easy. Let's go deep receiver flex. One of these guys is a veteran. I'm putting one veteran against 2 rookies. I don't care how your rankings shake out. This is for the chat. Chat, pick your favorite analyst. Get your pen and pad out. Take notes. You get 3. I will start with the 2 rookies. Rashee Rice of the Kansas City Chiefs. Joshua Downs of the Indianapolis Colts. And then finally, Curtis Samuel of the Washington Commanders. Deep flex. What are your thoughts? Taco, you start. Or do you want one of the other 2 to start while you research? I see you clicking. I hear you clicking.
Yeah, I just want to pull up some numbers so I can have it. But I mean, in essence, right now, I think just based off of numbers, and we talked about it a little bit on Tuesday's show that we did over at Big Guy Fantasy Sports. Make sure you go check that out. There's a lot of valuable takes and information there. Downs right now is on fucking fire. Like Downs is just on fire, and I'm riding him right now. But for the rest of the season, I'd rather have Rice. I like the rookies over the veteran in this situation, Curtis Samuel, who has been performing admirably, but we started to see a little bit of Dotson. And I'm praying to God they decide, hey, maybe we should hyper target him a little bit more and give him a little bit more involvement because he's a valuable weapon and see what happens. And yeah, I mean, this week I'd rather have Downs. The rest of the season, give me, Rice, Downs in that order.
Okay. So you're gonna go Rice, Downs, Samuel. Hang on, let me pull up Weed's comment before we get into Mike's say. Holy shit. Whoa. I just lost air for a second. That was weird. I promise I did not hit the blunt that hard. Weed says Rice, Downs, Curtis. Let me get your thoughts here, nerd.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of switch it up with it. I'm probably gonna go with Downs first, and then Rice second, and then I'll do Curtis Samuel third. I mean, if you can get any of those guys, they might be gone if you're in more competitive leagues. But I mean, I am seeing Rashee Rice kind of still around. I think his volume could go up because the Chiefs are finally maybe finding more of a target in him besides just Travis Kelce over in Kansas City. So I do think they're seeing some consistency with him. But I think I'm putting Josh Downs over him a little bit. I just think he's having better games right now. His target shares are up. He's had one game in week 4 at 3 targets. And I mean, that's with Michael Pittman being there. So I think that it's a big thing for Downs to be having the games he's having. I think you're gonna have your best result in Josh Downs.
Okay. So you're going Downs first.
Yep.
Who's your second?
Rashee Rice.
Rice, and then you're going Samuel.
Yep.
Paco, you went Downs, Rice, and Samuel as well.
No, I went Rice first. I like Downs this week, but overall, I like Rice.
You went Rice, Downs, Samuel?
Yes.
Interesting how you guys are organizing this. Bats.
So it's funny. My this week answer and long-term answer is the same. I think I'm both Downs, Rice, Samuel. Short-term, long-term. I like Downs. I mean, it's tough, right? Because you lose your prospected quarterback and you think to yourself, oh, there's a backup in there. I think Gardner Minshew is just as good of a backup as anybody else in the league. He's fine. Yep. And he's got nothing to lose. He's going to throw the ball whenever, wherever. Like, he doesn't give a shit. So I think he's a great – Josh Downs to me was one of those wide receivers that I had him ranked number 6 in my pre-draft process. I liked him. I think he's a good wide receiver. He was, like, super productive, and you question, like, the school and the competition, and you're like, all right, you're hyper productive, but like, what is that going to translate to the NFL? You get to the NFL, you're a few weeks in, you're like, all right, this is going to keep translating. I got to trust that this is going to keep working. So I know that it's weird that it's Gardner Minshew. It's weird that it's the Colts. But at the end of the day, you look at his production and you go, okay, he's a good wide receiver. He's a wide receiver too, going forward like that. In my mind, he's That's who he is. And so Rashee Rice is the same thing, but there's a lot of congestion around him. He still has, Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney and MVS and all this other BS around him. Next year, when they get into the offseason and they don't have contracts to sign and they're looking at it and they're like, okay, we got this young guy who's clearly showed us that he's very talented. He's got a nose for the end zone. We'll keep him around. That's when he'll explode. So in my mind, like Rashee Rice is a good prospect. He was valuable too. I think he's really good. For context, he was my number 8, so I liked him as well. But I just don't think that this year it'll really like pop off. You're just hoping for a touchdown, which he's done, and in Kansas City is gonna happen. Yep. But that's what you're waiting for. And then Curtis Samuel's good, but in my opinion, you're a gadget guy on an offense that's below middle of the pack. So there will be days that you're good because you're talented enough to be good, but it's like I'm not going to be able to predict that. I don't know when that's going to happen.
And as a fantasy player, I think it's kind of frustrating too to have like any sort of wide receiver in that Kansas City offense specifically right now, because it's kind of like Mahomes is just Mahomes. He throws it to anyone and everyone that isn't named Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is about the only consistent.
Right.
And Pacheco's like, he's going to do what Pacheco's going to do.
But with Rice,
the rest you can't read.
He's technically
nothing. Yeah, you can't.
So with Rice, in Rice defense, he was leading every statistical receiving category for the offense prior to Mecole coming. Mecole last week fucked the playbook up. Rice still leads. He fucked the playbook up though.
But how about this? Last week he saw the most routes. Oh, sorry. I won't.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe you're about to make the same point that I was going to make.
He ran the season high in routes, and now he's starting to get that exposure on the field where he can extend.
Yeah. No. Continue. No.
I was getting excited. I was trying to get in there early, but I agree with you, Robbie. I think that
why didn't you just include that in your take, dickhead?
Well, because I brought up Rice as my number 1, but now that they've gone through that,
nigga, that was a perfect fucking opportunity for you to shut the fuck up and say that your fucking take, not take my thunder.
My bad. I'm sorry. I was trying to jump in.
I love you, but you're an asshole. You're an asshole. You're a certified fucking asshole for that.
I couldn't help it. My bad.
No. It's cool. I'm gonna let you live. Because you're not Batman. If you were Batman, if you had a fucking pair of bat ears right now on your head, I'd beat your ass.
Well, I am from Gotham.
But you don't, and I'm the Joker, so it's cool.
I'm on my Bruce Wayne right now, bro. Okay.
You're a dickhead for that. You're a dickhead. You're gonna interrupt this man's take to take my take that I was gonna fucking say.
My bad.
Rice. You know what? Fuck you. You're a dick. I'm not your friend no more. You're off my top. You're off my top 8 on MySpace. All right.
Fuck, man. I fucked up. I couldn't help it, bro. I was like sitting here, like those routes. Oh my god, those routes.
No, here's the thing. You worked me long enough that I feel like you knew that I was going to go towards routes, man.
I was like, you were working it. I was just sitting there.
I literally have this motherfucker's route tree pulled up, you asshole. I can't even use that now. All right. I'm just gonna lay out my rankings. Then I'm gonna do it raw. Whoa. Pause. That was kinky. That was kinky a little bit. This is a family show. No, it's not.
No.
I'm gonna switch mines around a little bit. I am going to go. I'm going to keep it to this week, and I'm going to keep it to this week only. I'm not going to go rest of the season. Why? Because fucking tune into more episodes, okay? If you want, like, the fuck do you think this is? You think I'm really about to just give you the keys of the city? No, buy a premium membership, and then we can really talk, okay? Like, no. Just for this week, look, New Orleans defense is stout. Super stout. if I'm Marshawn Lattimore, I'm like, fuck Michael Pittman. I want Downs.
It's nasty.
Yep.
Straight up. You do it. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am. In the words of in the words of Black Youngster, I am. For me, it is going to be, given the matchups, it is going to be Rashee Rice against Denver, just because, bitch, is Denver. Why am I going to leave? Have you watched Denver play defense? Okay, then. That answers your question. Rashee Rice is first this week. But, bro, Ron Rivera is coaching for his job. Magic Johnson's trying to fire this motherfucker.
Okay.
Magic Johnson might even fire
Magic Johnson. It's so funny that he's his boss now.
Well, bro, because
I know the new ownership. I know.
Yeah, because Josh
they own the Devils. I get it. Yeah.
Josh Harris is doing the good cop shit.
Yeah,
Magic Johnson's being bad cop
shit.
And when you piss off bad cop, it's not really like bad cop slamming your head on the table in an interrogation room, like, you know, you look like the pencil trick that I use.
Did you hit your head?
No.
What did that mean? That was so good.
I hate minority on minority crimes.
Minority. Self on self hate.
I like pretty real.
That was very real.
No, don't worry, Chad. That was a year ago that I had self on self. 2 years ago that I had self on self hate. That was a bad joke. I shouldn't joke about that. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Like John knew was like,
you're good.
But like I can joke about it. That's how we know I'm removed from the pain. I am gonna go Rice first because of the matchup with Denver.
Fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was iffy. I had to look it up, and that was an iffy one to me. I go, Denver is very beatable. They're very beatable.
Yeah, it's
they're very beatable. Yeah, you look at that defense and you go, fuck, that could be. You want to talk about having a breakout game? He could have a breakout game.
The person who rejected. Oh wait, hold on. Treat says Armin is my op. The person who rejected my 6-for-1 offer. Fuck Armin. Fuck Armin. Fuck Armin.
What was the, wait, a 6-for-1
Can we get a fuck Armin? A panel together. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1. We're gonna yell. Fuck Armin.
Okay.
Attack on Titan.
We're gonna. Armin is a dude who rejected Leafs trade.
Oh.
We're gonna give.
I do hate rejects.
Yep. Yeah. We hate. Whoa. This has been a fucked up reject. There's been some collusion involved.
Oh,
yeah. When I say one, with all your emotions, with all of your expression, with everything in your body, let's get a fuck Armin. 3, 2, 1. Fuck Armin,
dude.
Fuck Armin. Deep Aaron, baby. Deep Aaron.
Learn how to play fantasy,
Armin.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, learn how to play fantasy, bro.
Jesus, take the trade, loser.
Dickhead.
We're just bullies. We're just internet bullies now. We're just fucking internet bullies. This show's incredible.
You're not a loser.
This is the funniest show I've ever been
on.
You're not a
loser. Your team's just gonna lose a lot because you're not taking the trade.
You're not taking that trade. Yeah, just take the trade, dude.
Dickhead. You're being a fucking dickhead.
Take the trade, dude. Yeah, you can leave.
Armin, you fucking dickhead.
That's
my new word.
I don't know about
that is my new
one thing. After this, by the way, I'm just being an idiot and I'm laughing and I'm flipping through all my notes of picks and draft guys last year. And I have Matt Landers with a bunch of stars around it and a heart. It says sleeper on it. Just FYI. That's in my fucking notebook. It's so funny that he just is nothing. So just FYI about what people know in the NFL, okay?
Hey,
for a grain of salt.
Hey, this is a quick pause moment. That's how deep we go.
Just take it for a grain of salt when people tell you their opinion, okay? Trust me.
Taco with the jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Really quick.
Jeez.
So I have Rashee Rice first.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go with Curtis Samuel from the Washington Commanders. Listen, you want to know how I've got these scars? I've been a Washington fan. I've been a Washington fan for the last 32 years on this spinning rock, floating through outer space. And a team full of Batmans. Stop the Joker. Where's the Joker coming out for Halloween for the Washington Commanders? I have Curtis Samuel second on this must-start deep fantasy flex playlist. Curtis Samuel will not falter. He will not fail. He's like a grenade that I have in my jacket. I just roll it on the floor and I throw it towards Batman and blow him all up. Ladies and gentlemen, I am taking Curtis Samuel second in this preference to give you guys some perception on the tape. Rice, wide receiver 40, definitely has the capability to keep moving up there. Curtis Samuel, wide receiver 35, a case for him to keep moving up because they're hyper targeting him in that Eric Bieniemy offense. We're looking at Ron Rivera possibly not being the coach, and clearly EB wants to get Curtis Samuel the ball a lot more. If Rivera's no longer there, Curtis Samuel could even be a long-term play. I am going Joshua Downs last. I don't like that I'm going last on Joshua Downs. This is purely a weak thing right now. I think Joshua Downs is great rest of the season. If I were to go rest of the season, I would say Downs, Samuel, Rice. Just because Cole coming back into the fold, and I feel like that Kansas City's about to use him a lot more. Yep. We saw that last week. And I think that what we saw last week was only a taste. And I think that now that the offense is put together to where they can utilize Cole the way they want to, I think that Downs can keep going. I like Downs better in week 9 to take over. If we talk about these three in week 9, I like Downs better in week 9 against Carolina, against that very, very stout Saints defense. And how I said, I think that if I'm Marshawn Lattimore, I'm like, I want that guy. I'm scared. I'm scared about Josh Downs. I know he went for 125 in his TD in week 7. That was against Cleveland.
It's a good defense, though.
That's a tough
matchup.
It's a bend or break defense.
On paper, Cleveland's a tough matchup too, man. Cleveland's
bend or break. Cleveland's bend or break. Like that Cleveland. Hold on.
It does feel like they have a really good game, and then they have one where they just don't do anything.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with there was a couple, like the Downs touchdown was just a dumb mistake. Like I agree with that, but on paper you could say the same argument that Cleveland was a tough matchup. So
look. Browns and Saints in terms of fantasy football are literally a position apart, a rank apart, 12 and 13. Right. You got Saints as defense 12. They dropped 2 spots. Browns have kind of stayed stagnant. It went from 12 to 13. I ain't hating, but I'm sorry. The Saints aren't the Browns, especially when we talk defensively. The offense, if anything, for the Saints will afford Joshua Downs more opportunities, because the Saints offense isn't clicking. So therefore the time possession will work in favor for the Indianapolis Colts to have more opportunities to go to Joshua Downs. I fully believe that the Indianapolis Colts win time of possession.
Okay.
Against that Saints defense, though, even if you win time of possession to create opportunities for your player, that secondary is nasty. That secondary is significantly better than the Browns secondary, because they've been there longer. They know the game.
I have a question in terms of, to you, Robbie, in terms of, what you're talking about right now with the Saints and the Colts. Do you think overall
Downs, Leafs, Downs. Keep going.
Do you think that overall, with like the situation that the Colts are in now, does that situation change if Anthony Richardson's playing?
Yeah, it would change. I would probably have Downs at the top, but I mean, I can't do that right now.
Right. No, I was just curious. I wanted to pick your brain.
Well, I think it definitely changes, but I mean, we got to talk about the present.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's get into our next topic, and then we have to get into our must starts and best bets. The Bengals return from bye this week, and it sounds like wheels are all up on the skill positions. Do the Bengals make a push to become the Kings enough, or do we think that it's someone else up there? I think Taco starts. No, Taco didn't start last. So now, no, Jay Batts, you actually start.
Oh boy, dude, do I think the Bengals are going to win the AFC North? They dug themselves a really deep hole. Like, it's hard now. It's tough now. I mean, it could happen. It's early enough in the season where crazier things have gone on, but it's tough. It's definitely tough. I think if they come out of this bye and really look like the Bengals and, put up 30 plus points this week, it's like, okay, you can at least take a sigh of relief that they're on the right track to doing what it takes, but they're still 2-3 steps away from being a legitimate threat and contender and all these things. So this week is important. Obviously, you want to look good coming out of the bye. You can't lose this week or else you're really in trouble. So I think, I like the Bengals this week. And then it's a question, do they sustain it going forward? You didn't see it early, but I do trust Joe Burrow again. We've seen it.
Well, what do you think
last
about what
year?
Leafs
I trust him to figure it out.
Leafs says, like, what do you think? Because what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree. They could figure it out postseason. I'm betting on Joe Burrow. I'm always a guy who will bet on, if you've shown it to me before, I know you have it in you. Joe Burrow clearly has, he could do it. He is one of those guys, in my opinion, in the NFL. There's a handful that could get you to the Super Bowl. He could get you there. And then it's arguably a coin flip. You could make the conversation that it's just luck that day. I think that Joe Burrow can figure it out. But this week, to me, is the most important week. If you lose this week coming out of the bye, forget it. Just pack it up. Wait till next season. You're done. You need to win. If you win this week, then I'm back in. Then I'm like, okay, let's go. Bengals, they're gonna figure it out. If you come out of the bye,
I mean, it's against San Fran. It's against San Fran.
I understand, but this is who you're gonna face if you want to win a Super Bowl. Are teams of this caliber. You need to win this game. This is it. This is who you have to be.
Trent Williams.
I'm telling you, man. I don't care. Kyle Shanahan is on the other side of that ball. You have to win this game. There's no excuses. If you want to be considered a legitimate threat in the NFL, you need to beat the 49ers right now. They're on a slide. So clearly they're a beatable team. They're on a slide. Beat them right now. Establish yourself coming out of the bye. Otherwise, you're in trouble. You're really in trouble. Because you're going to lose people in the offseason. You got to make financial decisions. It's not pretty. Sam Darnold time. That would be the most insane storyline if Sam Darnold comes in and beats the Bengals. I would lose my shit.
This is where I gotta stop you just in case we go into the next subject. So I'm gonna just stop you right there. I'm sorry. I've never.
Sorry, I apologize. I'm taking over.
You're passionate.
No. I've. It's just that what you're saying might bleed into the next topic. No. I love it, and as a producer, I'm like, let's just go now. But I can't do that. Fuck, Mike. All right, go. Hurry up. Let's make this next quick.
Steelers.
Bernie.
Steelers. Consistency is key. Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. I believe in Mike Tomlin. I've watched him my whole life growing up, and I have nothing but respect for him. I think there's something special about him having the ability to do that. I think that there are pieces of talent in Pittsburgh that they can go win that division.
Yep. Steelers Kings North. Taco, let's go. Because I want to get into this. I want to get into this next point.
There's no way the Bengals are winning the division. This is the Ravens division to win. Period.
Okay. Which now perfectly so just majestically. It's like, yes, slow stroke. Just so majestically, we get into the fucking next topic with a perfect segue. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, your upset of the week, but you also, it can be from there's the second part can be from any game. Your upset of the week does not have to match your must start of the week. You get one player to must start any position in fantasy football, but you only get to pick on the books side of things one upset of the week. My opinion on the Bengals really quick while I let everyone else do their research. I'm going to give them time to prepare for this topic here. I think the Bengals can put together a couple of wins. I don't think that it begins this week. They have a very tough schedule ahead. It's not going to get any easier, but if there's any team that can put together wins and work against the grain, it is the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not fully bought in. I do think that it's the Ravens. I am bought in on Lamar. We already know this because I'm a Lamar fan. I'm a Lamar. I'm more so of a bigger, like, I know I've been on record being like what it looks like. I'm a bigger Joe Burrow truther on air. Remove the content, remove all that. Like, Lamar, if you were to ask me 10 times out of the day, or any time out of the day, Lamar is better than Joe Burrow. If the Ravens end up with Derrick Henry, like, I think that will happen. Like, I know that will 80%, 85% happen per sources. Then I think that Baltimore easily takes that division. Yes, games are close this week. That's why I gave the fellas some time to solve, because Taco has to start and I still see him looking, which is why I'm still talking now at a very rapid rate, as if I have nothing else to fucking talk about. Like, I couldn't just drop a take and probably.
You want me to read more of my scouting report? It's really funny, actually, now that I have it out in front of me.
You know,
I'm ready whenever you are, brother.
Great
I'm
Taco,
ready whenever
let's
you
go.
are.
Taco, let's run it. Let's get ourselves out of here. We have about 5 to 6 minutes. Go.
Perfect. So my must start, because it's not flex this time, it's must start. You got to start St. Brown. That dude is matchup proof. He's everything proof. Fantasy god stuff type shit. If you want a spicier player that you must start, I am gonna go with my guy in Houston, Tank Dell. I'm pretty sure that we're not going to have Robert Woods this week. He's coming off by an injury. Yeah. I expect him to make some big plays in the passing game. And if we're talking about upsets, I'm going to be a homer. And you took the words right out of my mouth. We have Tyrod Taylor.
You're at Giants are at plus 136. Giants are at plus 136. Giants over Jets is Taco's take for the upset of the week, and his must start. Who would you say again? Not the first player. Fuck that.
Tank Dell.
Okay. All right. Good job, Taco. Nerd.
Upset of the week. Carolina's gonna win. I don't think Bryce Young is terrible. I think he's gonna start figuring things out.
That's a good start. That's a good start.
Yeah. You know, it's a bad start, but
if there's a chance for him to bounce back, it's off the bye week.
Right, yeah, it's a bounce back up bye week. You're playing Houston, and it's going to be a fun matchup between Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. So I really look forward to that game. And I know that they're 0-6, but I think Bryce Young finds a way to rely on Adam Thielen to go get a dub.
Lisa's like, I thought bro was going to take the fight. Mike can spit bars. What was your must start? Really quick.
My must start is Jordan Addison against Green Bay. I think he just came off of a huge game, and I think that I was in Lambeau last time these two teams played. It didn't go well for Minnesota, and I think that right now with their backs pinned against the wall in Minneapolis, I think this team is showing some true grit, and I think that Jordan Addison is really going to want to be like, you know what? No Justin Jefferson right now. We can still do this.
Only
and I
Moss,
think he's going to take care of
and
it.
Addison have the most receiving yards in a rookie season for a Vikings player. With that being said, to your point, I'm loving this bet. I'm loving this take. It's a minus 115 to a minus 105 on the money line. 42 over under with a 1 point spread.
Let's just hope they put Preston Smith on him.
Yeah, this is basically a push. So I love the Vikings on this call.
Yeah.
Jay Bats, let's go.
All right. So in my opinion, right now, I'm gonna give the auto start to Alvin Kamara. I think Alvin Kamara is like your surefire. He's gonna get
Yeah.
You know, he's going to get 8 to 9 targets. He's probably going to get 10 to 12 carries. Like, it's whatever. Like, he's getting everything. So he's so solid. He's so fine. The matchup's good. They're playing the Colts. It should be a relatively high scoring game. Like I said, we talked about Gardner Minshew. I'm not afraid on paper. Browns are a bad matchup. He looked good. The offense moved well. So it could happen again here. So I'm not super afraid of this. I think that Alvin Kamara could have a good day. If the Saints get up early, then they just run the clock out with him. So they'll figure it out. So I'm loving Alvin Kamara as an auto start for me.
Good flex because Kamara could probably be in most people's RB2 to flex spot. So I like that call.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm putting him in there with pure confidence, like absolutely, and expect a great week. This one to me, this is my kind of like the game I look at and go, the numbers just don't make sense. Is the Bears and the Chargers. I kind of like the Bears, dude. I strangely, you're gonna give me 8.5 points, bro. I get 8.5. The Chargers they don't scare me. You're not that good. Or your uniforms are cute. Yeah, you don't scare me that much.
I want to touch on that actually. I think that he's on to something there because I was telling Becca about this because they're Bears fans, right? Yep. I think it's interesting seeing what the Bears are doing with Tyler Badgett right now. Like that, I was telling them you have to be as a starter, you have to be afraid of guys like this because they came from not making a team. Now they have something to play for, and they're like, I just feel like Tyler Badgett's kind of looking at Justin Fields and be like, I'm gonna take your fucking job, dude. Like that's the attitude he's playing with. Like
This is my Vikings fan. I'm a Vikings fan saying that moment. And this is my career. I have one game to basically show anyone and everybody that I have
the kid's gonna go play backyard football.
Yep. Give me a chance. You're gonna give me 8.5 points? Yeah, okay. Thanks. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I hope they lose. Yes, of course I hope they lose.
Give me the Bears, baby. Give me the Bears.
Yeah, okay. Have a good game.
I'm taking the Bears.
Dude. I hope so.
I won't even take the Bears at a plus 340 because like Brandon Staley's such a BS ass.
The Bears. I hope the gritty Chicago Bears win this fucking game, dude. Give me the Bears. And then Justin Fields come back looking like a superstar. Give me a Bears win this week. Are you kidding me? That would be so fun. Talk about fun for the NFL.
It's a little bit since that's what I was gonna say.
Sorry, bro. I took the best take on the board. Take the next one.
Baguette's the number one arm wrestler in the fucking world. All right,
you're fucking down. You fucking instant arm wrestle. That's a dad arm wrestle.
Go get me at a plus 260. At a plus 260, 7-point spread is 7 points straight. Watch to cover the 7. 43.5 on the over. You're definitely fucking taking the over. I am taking Washington to upset Philly this time. Rivera, you're coaching for your fucking job.
Yep.
Magic's not happy with you. Josh Harris ain't happy with you. The fans ain't happy with you. Jonathan Allen ain't happy with you. 7 years of the same motherfucking bullshit. Give us some energy, baby. Let's go. Hell to the Commanders.
Yo, the Commanders need this. This is a statement. Honestly, a new ownership, new friend. Like, this is a statement game for an organization where it's like, dude, if we win this, I understand that we're not going to win every game. I understand we're not going to win the Super Bowl this year, but you win this game, it shows nuts. It shows a pair.
It wasn't biased, but this motherfucker took the take that I was going to take.
Bro.
So what the hell else? Was I going to give you some low-hanging fruit?
Bear down.
I'm not calling a fucking plus 105. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I took the Bears. I took Robbie's take. I apologize to the gang. I knew because the Bears are just so juicy.
But here's my must start.
You're giving me a touchdown plus.
Here's why my fantasy must start. If you're missing Justin Fields, if you're missing Daniel Jones, Brock Purdy sounds like he's going to start, but we'll see.
Huh?
I ain't saying this because he was a part of a winning championship. Not championship, but a winning lineup last week. I ain't saying this because he made me money on the books last week. I ain't saying this because he did cash in on the motherfucking DFS. But goddamn, give me Tyson again, baby. Give me Tyson again. Give me Tyson coming out the corner. Knock him out. Knock him out, Tyson. Knock him out, Tyson. Let's go. Let's go. That is my deep sleeper must fucking start. Tyson, I know he only put up 17 points, 17 plus, depending on your league last week. I think that this Bears team is like, oh, there's a different skill set.
I didn't mean Tyler. I meant Tyson. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to say Tyler.
Oh, no. He knocking motherfuckers out like his name was Tyson. Listen, I ain't saying this because like of those reasons, but the Bears offense look completely different underneath Tyson. And like they can do a couple of different things. They look confident in that. So I'm going with that.
For me, yeah, I agree with what you just said, Robbie, too, because for me
the chat's happy, Leafs. Let's just say that Taco finally once played it safe.
For me with the Bears,
Taco
right?
like
Like
roast.
When we do this, like we can look at teams and go like, oh, their defense is bad, their offense is bad, or the O-line needs fixing. Like it just kind of feels like you watch this Bears team and you're like, I can't figure out what the problem is here. And we've been saying that for weeks. And when we watch these games with my family, and they're dedicated Bears fans, like, and it's just like, God, like I feel bad for them. But then they see this Tyson Badgett kid go, and they're like, this looks different. I said it when they played the Vikings when he came in for Fields. I was like, this looks different. Like they're having a hard time with him. I feel like there's more identity of what can be fixed in Chicago.
Think the Bears might even be better off with Tyson than they are with Justin.
I do.
Well, I mean, Justin's gone.
Anarchy.
He's gone. Justin's gone.
The best
thing the Bears could have is Justin takes them for a ride. They make a stab at the playoffs, and then you have
Fields.
Then you have
left nut.
Then you have
good enough for the right.
Then you have a couple. Then you have 2 top 10 picks, and you go, okay, now we can make a decision. Like I agree with you. I think Fields could go. You could do if he does well for a couple games and you lose, but he puts up good numbers. You could have a very good situation where you're like, okay, I have the number 1 overall pick, I have the number 4 overall pick, and I have Justin Fields who has trade value. Like, holy shit, they could be in a really good situation.
Do you think
which is crazy to say?
Do you think that if Bustin Fields goes to a different team, do you think that he has a better chance?
I think his chance is the same as the Bears. I think he's a very talented guy.
Yeah,
just like Lamar Jackson. You have to, as a franchise, be committed to that style of player. And you say, okay, this is we're going to change our whole offensive book. We're going to change all our play calls. We're going to change everything to this player. And if you, as a franchise, want to do that, I'm not going to stop you. That's fine. But let's not joke around and think that Justin Fields can just mesh with any offense. Like, you need to develop an offense for that guy. And I think he's good enough. I think he's very talented. He has an arm. He has legs. He's crazy physical. He's insane. But you as a franchise need to say, this is our guy. We're throwing out whatever playbook we had. This is gone. This is what we're doing. Whatever he can, if he can run, that's what we're doing with. You can't try and make him something he's not.
I agree with this. I agree with this here. I agree with David TBQ. I think he has been he's been sabotaged by some shit old lines and such. But I also think that he's done enough to show us that he ain't him. He's done enough to show us that he ain't him.
He's had some superstar games, man. It's hard to replicate some of his highs. It's really hard. I think the Bears should.
But we've shown players have highs. And ain't you know?
I think it's
I get it. I get it.
Baker Mayfield has had highs.
I get it, but dude, you gotta understand in the NFL to be able to put up 40-something points is crazy.
No, I'll be straight up. You need to give him time. I'm not out on the Bears yet. I just think give him time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really my take on that.
Good. That's fair. Fair take.
Fields' one good game was with the Commanders. Oh my gosh, you're a dick. Let's do what we gotta do.
Yeah, cheers to me, cheers to you.
And that's been the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm the fantasy football joker. Luckily, Batman has not shown up on the set today at all. Oh, wait, who's that? Fuck you, Batman. Fuck you, Batman. Fuck you, Batman. Fuck you, Batman. Batman just ran and punched me in the face for my takes. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Let me go ahead. Let's put up a wee shot. Tomorrow night, I'll be with my Harley Quinn. But tonight, I'm here with the Joker crew here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Make sure that you like, make sure that you comment, and make sure that you subscribe. Follow everyone on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. Follow us all on it. Follow us all on Twitter. Whatever you want to call this anarchy with Elon Musk. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboys and girls, what it do. I'm going to hit the pistol trick on our way out. The intro.